NFL midterm reports, and now we're going to the second half of this league. So, Jules, you want to lead this off?
Yeah. So NFC South, the Saints get an A+. After losing Drew Brees for the whole season,
yes,
the only game they lose is the one he gets injured in. Bridgewater runs the table. The team doesn't miss a beat. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. They're one of the most complete teams in the NFL. They have a very good chance to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Outstanding season for the Saints on all cylinders.
You're going to get the same answer from me. A+, definitely. Teddy Bridgewater definitely stepped in for the injured Drew Brees. They did not miss a beat. You were absolutely right, Jules. This team is going to be there. Literally everything you said is spot on. I'm not going to even repeat it. I'm just going to be like, I agree with everything you said. I do. Saints are a very, very good team, very well coached.
Yeah.
They don't make a lot of mistakes.
No.
They do everything you could do. Everything you do, they'll do much better. Yeah.
It's really fascinating. The Saints have really been great.
Yep.
And I have a question with the Saints and Bridgewater.
Sure.
Do you think that the Saints will entertain trading Bridgewater in the offseason if Drew comes back again? Do you think they're going to try to keep him to be the heir apparent? Why do you think it's going to go? Because I think he's definitely gaining some momentum after what he's done.
Well, I think that's something that's going to be the talk around the league for a bit in the offseason. Here's the thing. Drew Brees is, 38, 39 years old?
He might be close to 40 at this point.
Yeah.
I'll fact check that. But.
So with his age, he's in a contract year this year. So the Saints definitely want to see if he could come back and play in his 40s. Because look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's 42 and he's at the top of his game.
Please kill me.
But I'm going to tell you this. Teddy Bridgewater is going to... Now, he's under contract for them, right? I think you said?
Teddy, yeah, they signed him.
They signed him. Will they entertain trading him? If they could get some good value...
Drew Brees is 40, by the way.
He's 40, okay.
So he'll be 41 next year.
I'm going to go with they give him a 2-year extension, Drew Brees, because you know what? He could still do it at 40. Look at Tom Brady said
I think they might have a $40 million option on him, actually.
A $40 million option? Then they're not going to do that. Here's my prediction. He has an option like that. He's going to be a free agent, and somebody's going to pay him big time money.
Well, no, not Teddy. Drew. Teddy's not getting 40.
Then switch this. Then that was a confusion by me. My apologies.
No way.
No, Drew Brees.
He's good, but not that good.
Drew Brees is going to get that option. They're going to work around to give him an extension so they don't have to pay the $40 million, of course.
Yeah.
But
probably.
Teddy Bridgewater, what a backup to have. And you know what? I think they do see him as the heir apparent. I really do. Look at what he did when he stepped in. Everybody played well.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be a very, very sticky situation for the Saints. But
what if someone gives them a first rounder?
Here's the thing. I'll tell you this. In the words of Robert Kraft, that's a luxurious problem to have.
Yeah, because I could see them.
If someone gives a first, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You just go and draft somebody then, or go sign it. To find an heir apparent, you know what? If you're getting an offer of a first-round pick for somebody like Teddy Bridgewater as a backup, you did something right, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I could see a team offering a first round. It wouldn't surprise me by any means. A lot of teams need quarterbacks these days, so we got to see what happens. Don't you think the Bears could use Teddy Bridgewater?
I'm going to tell you this right now. You know what, team? Watch out for this. Cam Newton's got a...
Oh, Carolina, maybe?
Carolina... No, well, hear me out. Carolina can save nearly $20 million next year if they let go of Cam Newton. And one team to watch for Cam Newton is the Chicago Bears.
I saw that too somewhere. I saw Stephen A. was trying to talk about that. I'm not sure if that's where you saw it from, but I saw it there. I don't know. But Panthers, I think, now we switched to them. They're 5-3. I think they get a B. I'll give them a solid B because they played very well without Cam Newton. And they've held themselves in it. They're still in the race. Kyle Allen's been very good. I know he hasn't not outstanding, but he's been above average, I'll say. And he's kept them in games. McCaffrey's having an MVP season, and the Panthers, right, like we say, are in it. They're in the mix, so I think they've done a decent job considering everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna give them a C+.
They started 0-2 also.
They did, and Kyle Allen has done.
It's been 5-1.
Yep, nothing short of spectacular. I think that he's done everything he can. He didn't turn the ball over for a few games other than the last game he played in.
Yeah.
So I think that the team clicks with him. I think it took a little bit, but they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're winning ball games, you could be successful. When you got Christian McCaffrey, he does a lot. He takes a lot of stress off of you.
Oh, for sure.
So they've been able to mask that.
How Le'Veon was supposed to do for us, but we don't know how to run an offense.
The way the Panthers have a rookie quarterback starting for Cam Newton, and they were able to play with him and win games with him because
take notes, Gase.
Because Christian McCaffrey is just a freak of nature, and Kyle Allen was not asked to do anything he's not used to doing. So that's how you become successful. So with that, so the next team after that is
Bucks.
The Bucks.
They get a solid D from me.
D- from me. The only and I'm going to tell you this: the only bright spot for this team is Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Hey, how about Rojo going on getting that starting role?
Well, now they're
Rojo.
Now here's the thing. Bruce Arians finally realizes that Rojo should have been starting and put Peyton Barber where he belongs, on the fucking bench.
Bench Barber, yes. Hopefully Rojo can take off. I'm really excited to see the second half of the season from his standpoint. But this football team with Todd Bowles at the helm, defense is ranked 30th, I heard today, so it's good to see that. He's struggling a little bit too because we're struggling, but I'm not trying to be spiteful, but I'm hurting right now. But yeah, their defense is a train wreck. They gave up 40 points to Seattle, which is a great offense, obviously. But the Bucks give up chunk yardage almost every single game. Like, how many times do we see this? Their offense is actually very good. I mean, they put up 34 points. As long as Jameis doesn't turn the ball over, the Bucks offense is very effective. But the problem is he turns it over a lot, and that's why this team is 2-6 partially.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I think they need a lot of things to fix. I think the defense needs fixing. They did slow down the Panthers that one game on Thursday night. I think they need to fix a lot of other things. They got to run the ball more. Jameis Winston's got to be more consistent. Can't turn the ball over, and he's got to get his ball to the playmakers. Just here's a blueprint for success. Throw the ball to Mike Evans. There.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Chris Goodwin as well. Speaking of good, Goodwin. Little tongue twister, I guess. But Falcons, F. This team's a train wreck.
F.
Both teams
F.
are embarrassing as fuck right now. And the Falcons are a complete shit show from top to bottom. Dan Quinn's going to get fired. It's inevitable. Julio
he should have been fired yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, their offense has been hot and cold as well, which is a problem with all the talent they have. Defense isn't even worth talking about. It's that bad. And you have a defensive coach, so that's why Falcons just F. I don't got anything else to say.
With the Falcons, I feel bad for Julio Jones.
Yeah, so do I.
And Calvin Ridley because they're such great players and they have to deal with this mediocrity, this garbage. I will say this. The Dan Quinn, since that Super Bowl, has done absolutely nothing for this team. I feel like he is just bland.
Nothing was the same since 28-3.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
Nothing has been the same. He just can't get anything done. The defense deals with too many injuries. And they just don't make enough plays. They're just inconsistent. Matt Ryan's just not himself, and when your quarterback's not playing good, you're not going to play good. This team is just a train wreck.
Can't block anyone.
Arthur Blank needs to turn the page, and this is a blank page, no pun intended, and get a new coach.
Yeah,
and
he does.
Do something for Julio, please. Just find him. Just help the man out. Help a brother out.
Well, they got to fix the defense and offensive line. That's how the Falcons get back to being relevant again. So we'll see if they can get it done in the offseason. This is already a lost season for them. AFC South. Texans, I'll give a B+. Because I feel like they could still be doing better. I mean, 6-3 is good, but I feel like they've had some chances to maybe be a little bit better than they've been. Mm-hmm. But I still like what I've seen for the most part. I think they're definitely the favorite to win the division. The Colts are right down their neck. How do you view the Texans? And you could do Colts too, and I'll just say how I feel about Colts.
Well, for the Texans, I am going to give them a B.
Okay.
I think the Colts are going to get a B-.
I give them a B+, the Colts.
I'm giving the Colts a B- because, I think that they could do a little bit better. But listen, I'm going to tell you this. The Colts right now, they're playing with Jacoby Brissett. They don't have – Andrew Luck retired.
This is why they're getting a B+ from
me. Jacoby Brissett, I'm not surprised he's doing this. I'm not. I know
good, yeah.
he was a Patriot. He played 2 games for the Patriots, Jules, and he went one. I know he only went 1-1, but
it was only
played,
2 games.
Yeah, he did play well.
Yeah,
we were happy with him, and honestly, I'll tell you this: I wish we still had him. I really do.
Yeah.
In that trade, we got Philip Dorsett. So, but with that, I will say this. I think the Colts are just going to get better. I think that ground game of the Colts is a force to be reckoned with. The offensive line of the Colts is the best in football. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Mm-hmm.
I think on defense they need to be a little bit better.
For sure.
I think that's one thing. I think Justin Houston needs to step up a little bit more. It's something to watch. It's going to be interesting to see down the road how it all goes out. But between the Texans and the Colts, that's going to be interesting to watch down within the next 7 games, see how that goes.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's going to come down to for the division. And Colts, I'm saying B+ because they've done this all with Andrew Luck. I didn't expect them to be this good still. I thought they'd take a bigger step back. Brissett's been a good transition. And they honestly don't lose the Steelers game if he doesn't get hurt. Let's be realistic about that. So then you'd be looking at a 6-2 team, and then I would be giving them an A probably at that point. So I'm still going to say B+. And breaking news, somewhat breaking, Brissett is going to try to play this week. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll see if the Colts can get it done. And they should because they're playing the Dolphins. And we go to the rest of the division. Jaguars, I'm going to give them a B- actually because they've lost Foles for almost the whole season, and Minshew kept them afloat. 4-5, they're still in the thick of things, kind of. And I think that Foles is coming back. We'll see what he can do with this team. It's going to be interesting to see how he looks because we haven't even seen a full game from him in Jacksonville yet.
No, we haven't. Minshew Mania took over by storm. It's over. That game the other day,
let's remember,
the Texans just stuck a dagger in Minshew Mania.
Didn't he have 3 straight turnovers at one point?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But with that...
Let's remember it.
All right, read off what his stats were. You have them right there.
Yeah. So Minshew had 13 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He had 2,285 yards.
That's great.
His quarterback rating was... I'm trying to find it. I think 89, I want to say. No, 92.8.
That's really good.
Yeah, and he really... I want to see his rushing. I don't know. Does he have... Well, he has rushing. And he ran for 235 yards also. So Minshew with a bit of a dual threat action. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. We'll always remember Minshew Mania. And unfortunately, I was right in the middle of Minshew Mania. I took a big loss to Gardner Minshew last weekend, not the week before. So, yeah, Minshew will remember this season forever.
Yeah.
We'll see. You think he'll get another shot someday? You think he'll get to start for someone?
One day.
Maybe next year. You think too soon?
Too soon, yeah.
I guess
well, you never know with the NFL, so...
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens, but Minshew really played his hat off.
He did.
To commend him, but it did come to a crashing halt with 3 straight turnovers. Yeah. All good things must come to an end, I guess. Yeah. So, Titans, they get a C- for me. Mariota was god-awful. Tannehill's made the team look better, but again, this team just doesn't meet expectations. They're very mediocre. I guess C could be fair, too, but whatever. I mean, Titans are the Titans. I don't have much to say about it, really.
I don't have much to say either. I think they get it.
They'll suck up missed 3 field goals. I bet you wish you did that in your championship game.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
Yeah, so suck up. Really blew it for the Titans.
Yeah, they're getting a D from me. I just don't think they're a good team.
I mean, they're 4-5. I mean, I think they could be in the C range. I mean, it's not like they're a complete train wreck.
Not for me. Not for me. I think the team's just too mediocre. They win a game, they lose 2.
Okay, that's fair. So we move to the NFC West. 49ers A+. They're undefeated.
49ers A+. Every aspect. Your running game is tremendous. Your offensive line is weakened, but you guys...
Your D-line's outstanding.
Oh, God, shit. And you guys are young, too. My God. Your secondary led by Richard Sherman. Everyone said he's washed up. It can't be done. And what does he do? He shuts everybody up because he's the smartest person on that field. And he's just leading by example. That guy Tart in the secondary, so I forgot his first name. He's playing really well. Jimmy G is doing just about enough to win this game. He's showing everybody.
He did. Your prediction was almost right, brother. Actually, it was. Didn't you say 4 touchdowns for Jimmy G?
I did. I said 400 yards and 4 TDs. He got 350 and 4. I was off by 50 yards.
You were close, brother. And you know what? You say Jimmy G has been doing just enough, but you know what? When they needed him to step up and win the football game, he stepped up and won the football game.
Yes,
That's the type of season it's been for the 49ers. I think Jimmy G still has some better ball ahead of him. Now Emmanuel Sanders has been a great asset for his team. Now they're going to have him the rest of the season. George Kittle's been a little banged up. That's one thing I would monitor. You got to make sure he's healthy out there. He's a big piece to this 49ers offense, George Kittle. But the running game's going to continue to do work. All those guys, we spew them out every week. You already know they are. So 49ers, A+, best in the league right now.
Yeah.
And they have a big showdown against the Seahawks, who also get an A from me.
Seahawks are definitely getting an A from me as well. They just got Josh Gordon, claimed him off for the Patriots.
That's gonna be something to see.
This offense is just Russell Wilson, in my opinion, is the MVP.
Boom, 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 boom. Russell Wilson, baby.
You could pick a guy on the street and he'll make him an all pro.
Lockett, Metcalf.
Now Josh Gordon.
Now Luke Wilson's back in the mix.
Chris, everything. But here's the thing: the defense of the Seahawks is not that good, so I think that's
why they get an A from me. That's why it's not A+.
Yeah. So, I will say
he's 22-1, brother.
Yeah, no, Russell Wilson's on fire. He's
unbelievable.
It's really exciting to watch.
Ran for 200 yards also for
and
the measure.
It's just the Seahawks are just a really good football team.
They're going to be a powerhouse in the playoffs. But
this division is just crazy. The next two, we're going to what? The Rams?
The Rams. And the only thing with the Seahawks I want to say is that I think their defense might do them in the playoffs. So that's the one thing that concerns me. They really can't stop anybody.
Yeah, that is a problem. Better hope Jadeveon Clowney steps up for you. Yeah,
he's been a little underwhelming so far. Rams are getting a C- for me. Very disappointing team. Very, very disappointing season so far. 5-3. You thought they'd be hungry after a Super Bowl letdown, but a lot of times the team that loses the Super Bowl really struggles next season. You're seeing that with this Rams football team. 3 losses. They get absolutely embarrassed by the Buccaneers in their own building. That can't happen. That's one that really stands out to me. And they're just not clicking 100%. You see that Jared Goff has not been playing well. Gurley's not been getting his touches that he needs to be getting. They need to start giving him the ball more. Their defense has not been great by any means, but they get Jalen Ramsey. Will that help? I think so. And going forward, they're in a dogfight. I don't even see how they can win this division at this point, and maybe they might not even make the playoffs. Playoffs.
That was actually really good. With the Rams, I'm very disappointed in them. I think they should be a hell of a lot better. They're so talented. They get Jalen Ramsey. They trade away Marcus Peters. They should be a lot better than what they are. The record is disgusting. I think that Jared Goff has been so inconsistent this year.
Bad, man.
That's the problem. They play Todd Gurley. They don't give him enough carries. They're worried about the injury. If he's playing and he says he's fine, you got to play the guy. I'm not going to really feed much more into this.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
But, yeah, so they need to be a lot better. And then it's going to end with the,
Cardinals.
Cardinals,
I'll give them a C+, actually, because I like some stuff I've seen. 3-5.
I'll give them a C.
Yeah, I do C+ because they've actually had some decent wins. They've played hard. They're never out of it. They almost beat the 49ers, and I like what Kingsbury's doing. I wish we hired him instead of Gase if we had the choice, honestly, I wish I hired myself instead of having Gase be hired. Seriously. I could do a better job than Adam Gase. I'm pretty sure you could do a better job than Adam Gase. I'm pretty sure my fucking cat could do a better job than Adam Gase. So, honestly. But
Mia for Jets head coach.
But seriously.
Election day was yesterday.
Yeah, but seriously. Kingsbury's been pretty good with Murray. Murray's looks very solid. I know he's had his ups and downs too, but overall, you've seen a lot of reasons why if he was liked so much coming out of college. So that's why I'm going to go C+.
I'm gonna give him a C, and the reason why they did start out slow, I think they're starting to gain momentum. You're starting to see Kyler Murray get more comfortable. If you asked me 2 weeks ago,
played well against the Niners.
Yeah, they did. They lost 28-25, and he played well. He really didn't. He played mistake-free football, and he was competitive, and that's all you could ask for with this guy. So they're just going to get better and better. So
Yeah, all right. So we move forward to the AFC West, our final division. Chiefs 6-3. I'm gonna give them a B. I was gonna do B minus, but they just won. They had a big win against the Vikings. They've looked very competitive with Matt Moore, which is a very good sign of what they've built, even without Patrick Mahomes. If Mahomes was playing, this team would probably be at least 7-2. I would say they could have beat the Packers if he was playing. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. But the Chiefs are in position. They're just not going to get that 1 seed this time, it doesn't look like. I think they'll still win the division. The Raiders have been a surprise. How do you feel about the Chiefs?
I think they should be a lot better than they should have. I think they've lost a lot of games early, and that, I mean, if you lose games early, that's better than losing them late. But
exactly,
they have played well with Matt Moore. I think that.
And he's got that system working.
But the problem is this: that defense is just a complete concern. They didn't address it.
Unfortunately, not.
They get rid of D Ford. They get Tyrann Mathieu. They get Frank Clark. It's just not working. Nothing's working on the defensive side of the ball, and it's going to be a concern down the road. So I'm going to give them a B, just because it's the Chiefs. Mahomes is coming back, and once he comes back, they'll be a lot better. Mm-hmm. But with that defense just concerns me.
All right, Raiders 4-4. They're getting a B+ for me.
Really?
I'm very surprised with this football team. Although I did peg them to win this week. 500 balls, great. They've played a lot of games on the road. Their schedule has not been that favorable, and they've still come out the other side. They'll get a matchup against us, which is a guaranteed win. I don't think they played. I don't know if they actually played the Dolphins. I don't think they do, so never mind. But so Raiders, they're trending in the right direction. I thought their plan was cockeyed in the beginning. I didn't get what Gruden was doing, but now I'm starting to see it come together. And and imagine if this team had Antonio Brown and bought in. It could be 1 or 2 more dubs potentially.
Yeah,
so,
it could.
It's good to see what the Raiders have done. I give them a lot of credit. I didn't expect this at all, and I'm going to reward them with a B+.
I'm going to give them a C.
I'm surprised. It's
a
pretty
C+,
low.
a C+.
I mean, they're 500.
I mean, yeah, they're 500, but I want to see them. I want to see a lot more from them. I think they're starting to get more momentum, so that's good. But I just need to see a little bit more from them.
All right, that's fair. It's only been 8 games, so that's very respectable. Chargers 4-5.
Disgusted.
They get a C+ for me, and the only reason it's a plus is because they just beat the Packers.
You're getting a C- from me, boy.
Damn.
I'm disgusted with this team. I'm disappointed. This team should be a lot better. Phillip Rivers, what the hell are you doing? You're not playing well. And also Anthony Lynn, I like you a lot. I think you're a great coach. I think you have a bright future. But why the hell? How you got to start using Melvin Gordon a lot more, please. He's back. You unleash him more. On the defensive side for the Chargers, other than what we saw last week, where they just manhandled what was it? Packers. I'm not happy with them. I think they should be a lot better than 4-5. They need to fix a lot of things. You guys want to go back to the playoffs? Fix it. You're 4-5. You got to win every game now. You have to win. So it's going to be a tough challenge for them. I'm just not happy. I'm disgusted, man. I'm disgusted.
I'll say 2 things. I think the injury to Derwin James is bigger than people realize. I think that's hurt their defense tremendously. And then the second thing I'm going to say is that we've seen this movie before with the Chargers.
Yeah.
They start 1-4, 2-5, and then they rip off a few in a row, end up finishing 10-6 and make the playoffs. I can see it happening again. They just had a huge win, a huge step towards that. And this week there's a big matchup Thursday Night Football, Raiders and Chargers.
It's going to be,
and that's going to be a very big game.
Yep.
Because the winner is going to be in position to take a run at the Chiefs, and the loser is going to be reeling a little bit. So
exactly.
I think the Chargers will get that dub. I'll give you a little preview right now. I think it's their time. I think they're more ready than the Raiders, and I think they'll get back to 500, and they're going to start getting hot. That's why I'm giving them a C+. I still believe in this football team. I like a lot of stuff out there, and I do think that Gordon will get more involved as the season progresses. I think the problem was that he was holding out. He wasn't in shape. He even admitted it himself. And Eckler's been playing lights out. It's not like they have a scrub taking the carries for him.
No.
So I think that's what's going on with that. Broncos is very simple. D for Denver.
Very funny. Very clever. For me, they're getting a D-. I just don't think they're a good team.
They're not good.
Flacco was a terrible decision by Elway. Another terrible quarterback decision.
3-6 right now.
It's just, you
to
know,
beat the hapless Browns.
yeah, it's Brandon Allen's their quarterback now, so I don't know what's going on there, but they're not looking good, so they're getting a D- from me. You got to fix it.
I guess the only question is, for the Broncos, when is it lock season?
When he comes, I give it like a week or two when he comes back.
Okay, that's fair enough. So we're going to wrap up our midterm reports. So we went through the whole league. Hopefully everyone found it insightful. Let us know if you agree, disagree with some of these grades. Leave a comment, follow, like, subscribe.
Sponsor.
GT Sports Talk 2 is our Twitter and Instagram. GNT Sports Talk is our Apple Podcasts page, which you can also hear this on as well. So thank you, everyone.